Hello, every pony! I low-key abandoned this podcast. Hashtag whoops. I had so many ideas planned. I had another official first episode filmed. And honestly, I just wasn't feeling it. I just kind of want to address that even though there's one subscriber and it's me on my other account. Because I want to keep the little podcast intro there and because I think it was fun. But I just got so busy with college finals and work. I moved out of my dorm, and then honestly I just decided to chut around rather than do something productive. I also kind of just lost a lot of confidence in my own movie opinions. I would watch something, I would discuss it endlessly with my friends, but the second I was in front of a camera, I just blanked, and I felt like everything that came out of me was just a nothing burger. So my plan was to just let this channel quietly die down until my friend encouraged me to start my own TikTok account and share my thoughts, because I was complaining so much to him about the Oscars, which we will be discussing later, that he was like, oh, you should just post these because they're really good. And I was like, really? So I'm abandoning the whole podcast thing, and I think I'm only gonna focus on YouTube because I feel like a podcast just wasn't for me. I want to focus more on editing. Maybe I'll post a few clips on TikTok and whatnot, but all that good stuff. But that being said, I don't want this to be another just intro, because the only other video on this account is just an intro. So let's talk about the freaking Oscars, man. Let's discuss them. Kind of disclaimer, this is my own ever so humble opinion. I probably don't even have the best credentials for this, since I honestly only saw Begonia, Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. The only part of the Oscars that I really, really, really want to talk about is Best Male Lead. Because, sorry, I'm reading this off a script and I can't find it. And, I just really want to talk about the Best Male Lead category and how Begonia was kind of snubbed. I feel like My Baby should have gotten more, and I'm really disappointed in that. But, as everyone knows, since the Oscars were in March, Michael B. Jordan won Best Male Lead in competition with Timothée Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke, and someone else I just can't think of. Sorry. But here is my big juicy bomb that I want to drop. Timothée Chalamet should have won Best Male Lead. Who said that? Let's start. There's so much I want to say at once, but honestly, Michael B. Jordan's performance in Sinners was mediocre. That isn't to say that Sinners was a bad movie because of it. It was still a pretty good movie, but I really just want to focus on the little impact that the male lead had in that movie. Because something I noticed with the popularity of Sinners was that criticism just wasn't allowed due to the themes of the message and the obvious race metaphor surrounding the whole plot. I can admit that it was a super good movie with a wonderfully executed message, but none of that was any thanks to Michael B. Jordan. This is not the case with Marty Supreme, in which I believe Timothée Chalamet basically carried that movie. Before I divulge into that, another popular argument at the time was kind of pitting both movies against each other instead of the performances regarding the actual movie. They just kind of took everything at face value. No one really got into the details. No one dug in there. And if you just water down the argument to who deserves Best Male Lead, the movie depicting race struggles and unity through this horror vampire method, or the ping pong movie, obviously it's gonna seem like Sinners is gonna take the cake. Like, this leads to kind of an expectation that for a movie to really deserve something, like recognition and an award, it has to always be deep and thought provoking. And although, like, that definitely carries it up, and it might really just be my bias because I have such a soft spot for movies like Dodgeball, Basketball, like Superbad, all that good stuff. People, like, have to, like, I don't know, they just kind of look at the whole plot and they're like, okay, well, this probably means that, like, the cinematography was good, like, everything was good. When no, you have to dissect it so much more. Like, just because Michael B. Jordan, and this part pissed me off, just because Michael B. Jordan played 2 characters does not mean he automatically deserves an Oscar. For, like, I understand that it's more work, but it was also such a weak part in the film itself that, like, it kind of, like, threw me off at the beginning. Like, having Smoke and Stack just be Michael B. Jordan, no real change to his face, first off. So, like, you just see that, and you're not even like, oh, that's Smoke, or oh, that's Stack. That's just Michael B. Jordan. Like, and then having him in either just red or blue, depending on what character he was, it led to me being so much more confused at the beginning of the movie. Because, like, it took me so much time to figure out who was who. The only way I could differentiate them is, like, I guess one of them was more unserious than the other. And it doesn't help whenever both characters going through such insanely different storylines and you're like, wait, which one is this one? Is this the blue one or is this the red one? Like, I don't know. At least Liv and Maddie did a way better job at hiding the fact that was just Dove Cameron. I don't know. You gotta, like, do something, man. Switch it up. It's setting your audiences for confusion, and it was just, like, the one thing that I was like, I don't know. But now to plead Timothée Chalamet's case. He is the movie. He is Marty Supreme. I mean, no shit. But he genuinely, like, the whole thing. Not even just advertising-wise and how huge that was and how pivotal he was to that, but he does such a good job at portraying an absolute asshole whose charm in the movie seems to also work on the audience and keeps them cheering on for him to succeed until the very end. And, like, honestly, that's all I really have to say about that. It's kind of a weak argument considering that I just, like, had this huge list of examples for sinners, but it's, like, as simple as that. He portrayed the character of, I think, what was his name, Marty Mouser? I think it was Mouser. But he portrayed Marty Mouser so well, and I honestly really liked that they upped his, like, mouse face appeal for the movie. I'm moving the camera. But he kind of, like, they gave him these prescription glasses that made his eyes a little small. They had, like, I don't know, the ears stuck out more. Like, it just made him look extra wacky and more covered in a layer of crust that I really enjoyed, especially because that last name is, like, Mouser. That was really fun. And I know Timothée Chalamet as a person has been kind of controversial lately. Like, I know that the whole bashing on opera and ballet thing happened right before the Oscars, and sorry, burp alert. And like, that didn't gain him the best support. And honestly, yeah, I can admit that he's turning into a bit of an asshole. Like, what the hell are you doing in a Kalshi, I don't know how to pronounce it, ad? Like, yuck. But, like, maybe that made him portray Marty well. Like, maybe that kind of helped. Like, asshole to asshole. Like, top 10 times actors weren't acting type shit. Like, I don't know. I guess. I don't want to be that person to defend a celebrity with my life because I don't know him. I don't care about his personal life. Like, oh my god, you're dating Kylie Jenner? Okay. I don't care. I have bigger fish to fry, man. I gotta pay my rent. I got other shit to do. But this, like, something about this specific switch in opinion on Timothée Chalamet is so funny to me for, like, one specific reason. It seems like everyone on TikTok specifically is kind of in mourning of this version of Timothée Chalamet that just never existed. Like, people seem to almost infantilize or, like, just, I don't know, like, act like the Timothy Chalamet that was acting in Little Women, Call Me By Your Name, that kind of, like, more, honestly, just, like, the younger him was, like, peak him, and then now it's like, oh, he's not this baby anymore. Like, I'm sorry that your soft French indie boy is dead, and out of the ashes rose this, like, I don't even know, like a crass, more arrogant, wacky, weird kind of guy. Even though if you look at past Timothy Chalamet interviews in like Just Timothy in the past, that was always him. He just kind of took these roles because he has that face, I guess. But like that doesn't diminish that like fuck, Timothy Chalamet is a good actor. Every time I watch Beautiful Boy, it like genuinely changes me. It never fails to make me feel so like ugh. Like watching Timothy Chalamet play Nick and like the way he went about like portraying an addict, it was so good. Like what the hell? I don't know. I mean, that's my only real gripe with the Oscars. Like obviously don't take my opinion too seriously. This is like months later, and like especially on the like the best male lead category, because at the end of the day I only watched Sinners and Marty Supreme, so my take is gonna be not the most accurate. It's very like not biased, but like I don't know what the word is, but not like very outreaching to everything. And I probably should have watched more movies, but next year I swear, I pinky swear, I will lock in and watch. I will pinky swear, I will lock in and I will watch every single movie that gets nominated to the Oscars, right hand on the Bible, and I put that on poop. Thank you for hearing me ramble on this. This honestly really pisses me off. I loved Sinners. I just don't think that Michael B. Jordan did enough for it. And I feel like, yeah, you should lock in. Maybe don't just water down Marty Supreme to a ping pong movie, because yeah, it was just a ping pong movie, but kind of like look at the acting, look at the costumes. They weren't gonna win costumes. Frankenstein deserved that like 100%, but just like really look at every piece that made that movie. But thank you ladies. Hopefully I will actually lock into this channel before I start school again and abandon it once more. But I mean, I don't know, because I don't even know what like I would talk about. I think I like the reason that the podcast didn't really work is because I put so much pressure on myself to like I have to watch these movies and share my thoughts and meow 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 meow, and like that made me feel really weird because I felt more pressure to watch movies. And even though I am a film major and I'm not doing anything this summer, I just don't watch movies. I just like put something on in the background like YouTube or like Arrested Development, and then I just play Roblox or nap. But I think I really should start like watching more movies and actually discussing them, because I love sharing my opinions, and I feel like I don't know. I love talking movies. I get really passionate about it. And let's just hope that I actually lock in. Thank you.